little pepper to that.
Hello. So yeah.
Use a little bit of caramel sauce.
So it's now officially Thursday evening. It's 9:30 at night, and it is officially my last night on the ship because we had the sad news yesterday that the Netherlands are going into a more stricter regime. So unfortunately, entertainment and all the bars and stuff have to come off. Close on the ships. So unfortunately that means I'm now officially out of a job again until it all starts back up again. So I'm going back into unemployment territory. So as you can see down here, most of my bags are packed. I've still got to pack up my bedroom, my cabin, and then that's me done. I'm going to quickly put my mask on because I don't need a mask in here because this is my little cabin office. I'm going to show you what a dead ship looks like. It looks crazy. So we've had to close everything. So bars, seating areas, the lot. So I'm just going to show you one little bit. And this is what it's like. So all of the chairs have had to be put on the dance floor, things have had to be put up, and literally like everywhere is dead. Shops are closed, restaurants are closed, bars are closed, everything. So yeah, so it's literally like, it's crazy. So it's really crazy. So I found out when I was filming a video that I'm going to post shortly. It will most probably go up before this. So it's a bit sad. So it's officially the 21st of January. I get off tomorrow morning, which is the 22nd, and then that's me done until further notice. So it's very bizarre, and it's really weird that we've gone back into this like extreme lockdown. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, so back home to my mum's until further notice, and then we'll see what we can get up to. So I will talk to you soon. See you in a bit. Hi! Thank you for watching this video. I hope you're well. The last clip that you just saw was many moons ago, was the last day that I was on the ship again. And I never thought that day was going to come again. I really did hope that after the last lockdown, when we got back on the ships again, we were going to just keep going and it was going to be good. And like looking back at when we first got back on the ships after the first lockdown, I was very hopeful that it was going to go well. And the whole tier system came in, and that's when we kind of started seeing the decline of people like traveling and stuff. And then getting that kind of call again saying that we're going to go into a travel ban, saying that you're out of a job again, was a bit of a shock to the system, but I kind of felt like it was going to happen, just because it was dead on the ship and there was no one around. The ships that I work on, like you may know from other vlogs and videos, a lot of our clientele group at the moment and our main source of clientele are truck drivers and lorry drivers and freight drivers and all these kind of people that are literally ferrying goods from the UK to Europe back and forth every day. So we got to know certain ones quite well because they were quite talkative and they were there pretty much every other day. So when I saw the decline in like families and friends and like normal kind of just travellers going back and forth, I was thinking it's getting worse again instead of getting better. Which was weird because I remember when we first got on, like I met a couple of families who were like, we're ready for the October half term, we can't wait, this is great. And then to get that call was just a shock to the system, but I kind of felt it was happening. Was I prepared for that call? No, I don't think I was. I kind of think I was in a bit of a blind side, thinking this is fine, I'm back in my job, I'm back in my salary, we're just going to keep plodding on as best as we can until that day comes where I move on to another job. But unfortunately it didn't. So unfortunately, all the bars and restaurants got shut down again, shops got shut down, and we got sent home. When I first got off the ship, I thought it was going to be over quite quickly. I thought they'll go, actually, do you know what, we're going to lift the travel ban and keep it moving. But then like a week went on, and then I thought, actually, no, I think this is going to be a lot longer than what it was meant to be. So yeah, so of course I did what any normal person did and went and got a job again. Luckily, the people at Sainsbury's took me back, which was really nice, in a different department. So last time I worked for Sainsbury's in the last lockdown, I was doing all like the online orders. So I was like compiling orders and putting containers onto vans that were taking out deliveries of shopping and stuff like that. This time I got a different role, and the main bit of my job is standing on the door telling people to sanitize their hands and make sure they're all wearing masks. And it's kind of opened my eyes to who's out there at the moment and what the world is like. And it's kind of, in one way, it's kind of made me think we're never going to get out of this. But then in the other side of it, it's made me go, do you know what? I'm so hungry to get back to my normal life and my normal job. But I don't think that's going to happen as quickly as I want it to happen because of what the world is like. Trying to get people to wear a mask in an indoor environment where you're close to people who may have been vaccinated, may not have been vaccinated. Even if they have been vaccinated, can they carry it? Can you get it from somebody? Is weird. And the abuse that people on these doors are getting is crazy. Like, I've been shouted at, I've been told to F off. And sorry for swearing, kind of swearing. I've been told COVID's not real. I've had people just like walk straight past me. And it's just made me really think, on one hand, the world has got to a point now where they've just had enough, but they need a shake up to think this isn't over yet. Like, if we want this to be over, we all need to be a little bit more stricter with the way we're working. And I remember back in like the first lockdown, people were so much nicer to each other. And a couple of weeks ago, we have still got limits. Like, if a venue gets to a capacity, you have to wait outside until someone leaves. We still need to make sure that there's a safe environment for the customers and the team that are working in that venue. And we had to get people to line out outside. And people coming up to me going, why are we still doing this? Why do we have to queue? And I'm like, we're still in a national lockdown. Yes, schools have gone back. Yes, you are allowed to go and work. Yes, you are allowed to go and get essential items. But we're still in a lockdown. We're still not all vaccinated. And we still don't have freedom to move kind of where we need to move. So it just kind of blindsided me to think, do you know what? The sooner I get back into my little performing arts bubble, the better. And it's put me onto a different side, like always working in hotel entertainment and working with entertainment. You're the happy guy, you're the person that brings the fun to the holiday, you're the person who does all the fun stuff. You don't have to be that strict guy on the door who says yes and no and get down and don't do that and don't do this. I'm usually the guy going, yeah, let's just be stupid and have fun and enjoy our lives. But being on the other side, telling people like, stop being stupid, put a mask on, stop being stupid and freaking sanitize your hands, because you don't know who's been touching that before you and you don't know when it was last cleaned, you don't know anything. Like, you're better to be safer and more cautious than you are to kind of just go out there and be free-willed. And if you don't need essential shopping, then just don't go for a wander around a supermarket. It just makes me like scream inside just thinking where we are at the moment in the world. And I just hope we get to stick to all those dates, and I just hope I get to go back to my job instead of having to keep doing other jobs to kind of just keep going and keep living, because of course I can't just keep relying on people, and I can't rely on yeah. And within all of this, like being a self-employed performer, like you can't being a self-employed person who is self-employed within their industry, like I didn't qualify for the grant. I had to apply for universal credit, so I applied for universal credit. They've helped me out a couple of months, which has been great. They've kind of buffered me between getting back into a steady income with this retail job. But then one week I randomly had a conversation with one of them who just was like, you need to just give up on it. Pretty much just was like, give up on that job. You need to get something that's less temporary and a little bit more kind of financial stable for so many years, just to kind of get yourself back into it. And I was just like, do you know what? That's not the way to think about it. And yeah, I'm not relying on you. I went out and got a job. Yes, the job that I got was originally an hour and a half away from where I lived. So all I did with my days was stay in my house if I wasn't working. If I was working, I was driving to the venue, working at the venue, driving, and then going back home. I wasn't having a social life. I wasn't seeing people. I was trying to keep my contact to a bare minimum. And for this woman on the end of the phone who's meant to be like, yeah, go out there, find the job that you want to do and be that person, was just like, nah, don't do it. So it's been a really hard couple of months this time, just in the fact of trying to just keep going. But it's given me a positive outlook about the future and making sure that I stick with it and keep going with what I want to actually do with my life. And hopefully everybody else is the same. So there you go. End of this vlog. Bit of a rant. I apologise for just being a moany person for this video. But yeah, just had to get it out there. So see you soon.